Antisocial Conditionings, ladies and gentlemen. Here with Jarva and Steve Ricardo. Take it away, guys.
Hello.
Take it away.
I thought it was a good intro.
Take it where?
Take it away.
Why? My question is, why did we just turn the fucking whatever that fucking non-air conditioner thing is off?
It's a dehumidifier.
It's too loud.
It's too loud.
It's the only thing, cause like I was cold this morning. I was like, it's winter.
Isn't that great?
Winter is
cold?
here.
I was happy about
No,
that.
I was like, get me out of here. Where is California? Can I see it from here? Get out of here. I want to go swimming. But now down here it's hot. Now I'm suddenly sweating now that that thing is off. I think, don't we normally have it? Isn't that normally fourth mic is the humidifier? Now you have a problem today?
No, you should turn it off.
Last week we did a soundless show.
Last week
And
we
now
did do a soundless show.
You're upset about the white noise?
Too much noise.
Are you upset about the white noise because you identify as Puerto Rican?
Ooh.
Yes, I'll go that far, yeah.
All the way to Puerto Rico?
All the way.
I wish we did that. I don't hope that there's another disaster in Puerto Rico just so that I can go and help and ride a horse. But
plane tickets down there are really cheap right now. But who wants to travel?
Can you go?
I wish. Maybe after December I could probably go. We got all the vacation time in the world. We should go to Puerto Rico. Get really stoned.
Let's do it.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
3. So here we are, the original members.
Well, I'm not really an original.
Antisocial. Well, I seem to remember a lot of talks about, hey, you guys really me, Steve, me, Ricardo, you're gonna have me as a regular member on antisocial conditioning. This is crazy. Are we live?
Excited.
Are we live? Am I really okay? Because I want to know. Because I'm a real manager.
Hey, Herb,
I'm
can
a
you
real
turn my headset
professional.
down?
I'll have you know, I'm not just a lunch lady. And when I commit to something that's like this is crazy. I don't know. It's crazy. But when I commit to something, you say you want me to be. You're gonna foster me and teach me to be perhaps an independent journalist. I got big ideas. I want to bring people together. I want to be a part of this. I'm saying yes. I'm saying I will be here. I will sit in this chair. And I always demand if anyone else comes in the studio on the show, they're not sitting in my chair because I have a very specific chair. That's the only chair that I will sit in.
It's all I ask for is my chair.
Yes, next generation, you Jarva Land, my client. Sorry that I haven't booked you any shows. Sorry that the one show I came to of yours in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Sorry, Pittsburgh. I came, then I left.
You're all over
Not a problem.
Map. You're all over the place right now. I can't keep
as your
track
glamager, as your friend, as a compatriot, pretending at least in this moment that I support this program and what you're doing. I'm gonna be. I want to be there. I want to be.
I was
on the show
for a few shows,
not to tear it down.
But
to lift it up, to check out if we are live, to ask the questions that the viewers might be asking. Are we live on the internet right now?
Is that a question?
Take me out of Worcester. Sit me in this chair. I'm here.
Worcester.
And then
please take me out of Worcester. Please take me out of Worcester. I'll go anywhere but Worcester. Hi.
Well,
how are you, Jessica?
Hi, Stephen. It's nice to see you here.
Good to be back
at this show. It's good to be back.
I just want to say something that I am.
I'm glad you said that because
I just want to say I was really excited to be part of the anti-social crew, and I'm glad to be back. Okay. I'm sorry that I may have been a little too sensitive about certain things that happened. But after thinking about them, as time has gone by, I do feel like I should have had thicker skin. So you're right. I should have had thicker skin and I should not have been so sensitive about certain issues. So in the future, if this goes well right now and you want me to come back on, I'd love to be back on.
Do you want to tell us about a couple of those issues? Sensitivities, as it were.
What I was sensitive about?
Sure.
Well, I hear my voice. I hear your voice coming out of somewhere, like a delayed reaction or something. Is it on your phone?
Really loud,
I'm really loud.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat the question?
Yes, you said there were certain sensitivities, there was certain periods of darkness that you went through on this program, certain people and things you may have thrown under the bus, certain, leaves of absences that you may have taken without bringing up, certain points of walking off the show or insulting different people. I'm not sure.
Insulting people?
Why don't you just tell me what these periods of time that you felt that you were too sensitive?
Excuse me, I didn't mean to burp on the show.
Your actions are the issues.
Well, the first thing that I had a problem with was I don't like the N word, and you dropped it actually the second. The first thing was...
Well, you know what? I think that you're right about that, and I am now pretending that I don't know how to read or pronounce the N-word. I'm now saying Nigel instead of that. I might say Nigel what? Nigel who? I'm saying Nigel now. I'm pretending that I don't know how to say that word.
Well,
but
good.
I wanted to ask you a follow-up.
Progress.
I want to ask you a follow-up question. Do you think so? Do you think so, Mr. Glamager, Mr. Music Aficionado?
No,
Do you think so?
It's just me. I just don't like the word. That's all.
Because I wanted to ask you a question, and that is, do you like John Lennon?
Yeah, because he used the word in one of his songs. Yeah, you're right. I know that.
Familiar with the song "Woman is the Nigel of the world"?
Yes, I am familiar with it. I wasn't happy about that either, but I do like John Lennon. But I do like you too.
Would you cancel John Lennon?
I didn't.
What about the story of the hurricane, Bob Dylan?
I'm not canceling you. I just said I
just
don't like
a crazy
the
Nigel.
Word.
You think we should just pretend? Yeah, Nigel.
Who's Nigel?
I don't. What's the N word you're talking about? I thought it was Nigel.
I'm not going to say the word. You know the N word I'm talking about.
Oh no, I don't. Is it Nigel? Yeah. Isn't it Nigel?
Sure. The other. Whoops. Oh shit. You have a paper towel, Herb? Sorry, I'm spilling stuff. This is what happens. I get rattled. I'm easily rattled.
Like a.
Thank you.
Like a snake? And then do you ever strike out and bite your handlers?
That was one thing. The other thing was the repeated killing the kitty thing. I didn't like that either. But, it's not that I didn't like it. I was being I just admitted to you that I was being overly sensitive about certain things. That's what happened. You're asking me what happened. And the third thing was I didn't really think it was good to bring Mel in here unless I thought it was going to be a lot better of a healing thing for him, but it didn't seem like that to me. But these are just
and then what did you decide? Okay,
like
so that's a great topic that you bring up because it was your original idea to do a mediation, independent journalism.
That was with Chris, you, Michelle, and Mel all together, but then the bunker thing, everything just imploded.
No, this is all post. You wanted to do an interview with Mel and Chris, Cav, whatever, and talk to both of them. And
I did want to.
Yeah, and then.
But that's not what happened.
And then it was like pulling teeth. The guy who remember the beginning of this story. Oh, I'm on the panel. I'm anti-social till the last socialist is dead, and Hillary Clinton is a good woman. I'm here. For you guys, Herbito, Jarva Landis. I would never storm off this show. I would never say that. I would never disown this show in the middle of it. I would never disavow it. I would never suggest at every single show that Jessica Jarvaland is crazy, morally corrupt, exploiting people.
Come on, Jarva, take it back a little bit.
Excuse me?
Can I ask you a question, Jessica?
I'm just trying to reconcile this Ricardo that I met at the beginning of the next generation of antisocial conditioning.
What about the Ricardo
with the
that you
one
met?
Who is in the middle of an independent journalism that I tried to support you into? I said, this guy, he gets the facts. He could, if he stops spilling things on the equipment and asking if we're live every second, if I gave him a task, gave him a good story, he could get to the meat of it. You got thrown off by fucking raccoons and you stormed out of here and you threw and then now I'm an exploiter and abuser.
When did I say you were an exploiter and abuser?
We might have to review. We might have to do an additional.
When did I say that you were an exploiter and an abuser? I don't remember saying that. Okay, I just admitted to you that I was being overly sensitive about these topics, and I'm coming back to say I'm sorry I was being overly sensitive. I needed to have tougher skin to be on this show. So that's why I'm here. But if you want to go all the way back to the beginning, how about we were friends for a long time? Mm-hmm. How about
that stage is over, clearly.
I invited you to come on my show, and we had a great time.
Exploited me by asking me something you didn't need to ask me about.
What was that?
Make me fucking cry like I don't cry enough. For no goddamn
because
reason
I asked
on the
you why
internet.
you were banned from the building. Is that what you mean?
Well,
But did we get you unbanned?
I was okay. No,
we did.
No,
we did.
No.
We did.
No. We did not. We did not. And that show was not getting me unbanned for the building. No.
I thought it was.
No. People can believe in the ban or not believe in the ban, okay? Maybe I'm still banned, okay? Maybe I'm contraband.
I don't think you are. Well, anyways, is there any way we can just move forward? Because I would like to just forget about.
Well, you said nothing and you moved out. You just because it's like not only did you do these things.
I wanted to talk to you about this privately.
You weren't on the show
anymore.
anymore.
Said, no, you have to come do it on the show. So here I am. I'm agreeing to your terms. I am agreeing to your terms right now. I'm here because I want to make peace, and I don't want to have any problems with you because I really like you.
Is that how you quit? When one of the other lunch ladies starts pulling your hair, gets you upset at your lunch lady position, which I know that you've lost, and I'm sorry because I know it's hard for you. But is that what you would do? Would you just leave the lunchroom for 3 days and then come back up and be like, "Oh, I'm still a lunch lady. I'm sorry. I didn't give you notice because I just Rebecca and her thoughts about the white albinos."
Let me see if I can make this shot.
It's not liberal. It's not liberal at all.
I made the shot.
And I can't be around it. I blocked her on Facebook.
Blocked who?
I'm not gonna quit I'm not gonna come in the kitchen and serve the lunch with the other lunch ladies, but I am gonna show up at the cafeteria every day and sit outside of where I could be working in the lunchroom.
If I look completely baffled in front of the camera, it's because I am right now, because I have no idea I don't know what you're talking about.
And then I'll come to lunch. I'll come with my tray and I'll just get a lunch from the lunch ladies that I used to be in the member of the union. I used to be a member of the union.
What lunch ladies?
I'll break it down.
Hold on. I got it. I think the lunch lady position is your old job at the university there serving lunch. And she's trying to paint a scenario where you're serving lunch at your old job, you get angry at another lunch lady, and would you walk away from that job angry at the lunch lady, but still show up to the cafeteria? It's just an analogy of hanging out here at the studio.
Would you get up and stop serving poor, defenseless, hungry children in the middle of lunch because Rebecca's got a fucking attitude and a comment on afros?
This cafeteria is partly my cafeteria, too, so I can come back to it anytime I want.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not talking
you're
about
part
antisocial.
owner of this.
I'm talking about the podcast world.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you're keeping your little janitor job, and then you're, 3 days that some kids have not been fed because of the lack of ladies, and then you just come back up and you're like, oh, I'm still a lunch lady.
I didn't
there's
know
a
how
procedure. There's a
If I
procedure.
knew how hungry you were, I would have been here sooner to feed you. I apologize.
Starving.
I had no idea you were this hungry. I apologize. I seems like I'm apologizing for a lot of things here today, Herb. It does seem that way to me, doesn't it?
It does.
So we're cool. I'm apologizing.
I'm just wondering. Well, you know what? First, I'm wondering what moment it was in your life that you flashed back.
That I had a flashback.
Flashed back.
Acid flashback, yeah.
Flashed back.
What moment did I flash back?
Confederate flag at that Leonard Skinner concert,
And
where you were just dancing away. Where were you? What time of day? What was the situation when you flashed back to this moment and you knew that it was as if you had screamed Nigel in the middle of Worcester in Kelly Square. You felt...
Kelly Square's looking pretty good these days. They're redoing it, by the way. It was an epiphany. Epiphany, is that the word?
Yes.
Yeah. It was an epiphany while all this stuff was going on about the Confederate flag. And it made me, I'm answering your question, and it made me realize that when I was 17 years old, I was not, I don't like to use the expression woke, but I really wasn't. I didn't understand what the Confederate flag stood for. That's basically when it happened. It happened when all the news reports and everything about taking the statues down, taking the flags down, it reminded me that I was in the audience cheering for Leonard Skinner when they had a Confederate flag behind them. That's when I had the epiphany. Sometimes I have trouble with certain words, don't I, Herb? That's when.
We all do.
I just answered your question. That's when it happened.
Okay.
Next. Go ahead.
My next question.
Just keep it coming. I'm just going to take it all. Give it all to me. Give it to me good.
How did you go from being
Do you need help?
A panel member, got it,
a panel member
of this show to it being me pulling teeth to get you in here to conduct the interview that was originally your idea?
Which interview?
And I thought it would be good.
Okay, you mean the Mel...
And it organically came to be on this program. I went out like pulling teeth to get my original panelist
-1
committed to the show.
-1. Michelle Wan wasn't here. It was supposed to be you, Chris, Juan, and Mel.
Well, so is that your grounds?
My grounds.
But you
for
came
what?
in, so let me say.
My
let me
grounds?
just review this one
My
more
grounds?
time through
Listen,
my memory, because I believe you came in here and you said Jessica Jarva Landistown is crazy and her mic has to be off, and that is the condition of which I came in here, right, Herb?
What? Did I say that?
Yes.
I never said to turn your mic off.
Okay, we're going to we'll just do an additional, you know what, next week we'll just review some of the things that were said, and we'll review them. Yes.
Wait a second, I'm here right now.
Well, you're back on the panel, aren't you? You're back on the panel, so you wouldn't just be mysteriously absent. Well, this is what I'm trying to reconcile,
so
Ricardo.
You want me
because
back on
you
the
were,
show.
hey, it's
Wait a second.
I'm an anti-socialer now. I'm going to be
on.
1/3 of a rotating.
Do you want me on the show every week?
See, and this is what you do.
I'm
That's
flattered.
like very,
Really?
it's very, I'm not going to say spineless, but this is what you do. Because you didn't fucking quit the show. You stormed out of the show saying that I'm exploiting everyone on the show, which was, you
Not
gotten
everyone,
a tip
just one person.
over.
You're exploiting him for his good looks, his charming personality.
Okay,
Yeah,
once
and you
again,
pick
once
of him
again,
in my
once
merch
again, I'm sorry for
pedal
barging out of the show.
the
I
male
am. I'm sorry for
ladies
barging out of
the world.
the show.
Ricardo. Yes.
Jarva. I'm sorry for barging out of the show. I was I don't know what was with me that day. It was things were just everything everyone was saying was bugging me. So I apologize for that. And I'd love to come back on the show. I can't say I'll be here every single time you do it, but if you want me on the show, I'd love to, because I thought we had a lot of fun with a lot of topics that we discussed the first few shows we did. Remember? It was a lot of fun. When Lauren, you, myself, and Herb did a couple shows, and I liked it. The only thing that happened was, there was a couple incidents that kind of I was sensitive about. I think I'm really making a point here to say I'm sorry for, being sensitive. I've said that 3 or 4 times. So I don't know what else you want me to say.
Well, let me look at my notes.
Because if you want to talk about other things, I'll be glad to talk about anything with you. But I don't think we have to keep
There is a thing where you never talked about not coming on the show, and you also just attacked me in the middle of the show and left the show and then stopped showing up for the show. So that feels a little bit like disavowalment, betrayal, and judgment.
I'm sorry if I betrayed you. I'm sorry if I was judgmental. It's up to me to say you're acting like I kicked you off the show or something, or there was some discussion, and there isn't. I never said that. And then you want to talk about it off. I walked off the show.
Oh, that was you quitting. Okay.
No, I mean I walked out. I didn't mean I walked out. Okay. I walked off. It was my fault that I'm not here anymore. But you know what? I wanted to talk to you about it, and I'm glad we're doing that right now.
Yes.
And I feel good about it. I do.
And I just want to know, in your professional life, in your whole history, and we know that, you're not 19, let's say. You might be 20. I'm not sure how old you are. You've got a very ambiguous, androgynous look. You might be Joan Jett. I'm not sure. I don't see
I did admit
age,
that if I
don't see gender, I don't see teeth.
I did admit if I was in a band that I would come out and drag. I did admit that on another show.
So are you looking for a band to justify your drag fantasies?
I got to move this because I can't see you all of a sudden. I like to...
Well,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, look at that.
There you go.
Hey,
that was great, huh? See, I have a little experience.
Eye to eye.
I have a little experience at this. I would love to come back on the show with you and whoever else is on the show. We can have an agenda. We can talk about different topics. We can have fun. You're fun. We had, I don't know, we remember the early couple of shows we did. We talked about some funny stuff,
Crabs.
I opened up about, we talked about all kinds of funny things. And, I enjoyed it.
So you'd like a show that's more about STDs and doesn't get into complicated territory
No, I could get into the top. I can get into that territory. You keep making me revisit things. How many times do we have to revisit these things?
I don't know what I'm making. I don't know what I'm making.
Well, you're not
you
making
revisit.
me. You're asking me to revisit things that I don't really want to keep revisiting over and over again. My whole theory is I'd rather just move forward, move ahead.
Okay. Well, I just had one more question to ask, and that was if ever in your professional life. Otherwise, if you've ever, and I don't know, and not just, I know that you have been a lunch lady, and you have also been many other things, and you are many other things, including an artist.
Am I supposed to be insulted that she keeps calling me a lunch lady?
No, I don't think that you should be. Are you telling me that you are not a one time?
I made sandwiches for kids at a college. That was my job at one time.
I'm sorry, but I just heard the definition from the dictionary of a lunch lady. Am I? Tell me if I'm off, because, maybe I'm not sensitive enough sometimes.
You need a job. You do whatever you have to do.
I see. Did you wear a hairnet?
No, I did not wear a hairnet. I wore a hat like I always wear hats.
What about the other people?
The other people?
Yeah.
Did they wear hats?
No. Did they any of them wearing hairnets?
No, not where I worked.
No.
No.
Huh.
We all wore hats. I don't understand the relevance of this, but I'm going to continue to answer all the questions. I would just like to know if ever before in your professional, personal life, prison
collaboration,
personal. I thought you said prison life. I've never been in prison. I did spend 2 separate nights in jail, but
tell us about those nights.
You want to know about the 2 separate nights I spent in jail?
Yep.
Well, it was stupidity on my part both times. That's all we really need to talk about. It involved alcohol and trouble, and I was much younger and stupider, and I learned a lesson from those 2 experiences.
Okay. What was each? Can you just tell the details of each experience?
Tell the details of each experience. I really have to relive 2 of the lowest points in my life right now. That'll make you feel good.
See how you put, it's like if there was a projection machine, because it's like, first off, you brought up your 2 jail experiences, and then it turns into me, the terrorist, fucking antisocial exploitation maniac, is only gonna feel good if I hear about those 2 lows of
true.
Steve Ricardo's.
It's kind of true.
I gotta be honest, dude. I would like to hear those stories.
Yeah.
All right, you really want to hear them. One time was in Van Nuys, California. I believe it was in the late 80s. My friend Jimmy and myself were at a strip bar. We had separate cars. We left the strip bar. We had about 2 or 3 beers each. He got pulled over as soon as he left out. It was total entrapment. They didn't see me, but I pulled over because he didn't know where he was going. He was behind me, actually. He didn't know where he was going. So I pulled over, and I did the stupidest thing ever. I went walking over there, and then the cop looked at me. He goes, "There's the other one." And then I was handcuffed, and I was in jail. That was the first thing. It cost me $1,500 to get out of a DUI, which I had a .80, which is hardly nothing. That was the first time. It was a scary night in Van Nuys jail in a holding cell with like 10 other guys. There were like all Mexican dudes in there with us, and then this big, huge black dude shit in his pants. He was like 260 pounds, and they threw him in the cell with us. And we looked at him. He goes, "Don't fucking look at me!" And I was scared. I put my nose against the cement wall, and I stayed like that for 5 hours. Okay, that was the first time. The second time, I put together a show in Worcester
I've never done that one.
The Lucky Dog Music Hall. This is even stupider. I'll admit when I do stupid things. And I had brought 6 bands that were on my roster at the time. And Eric from the Lucky Dog had 6 Worcester bands play. We called it Twisted Rico versus Wormtown. We had a lot of publicity and everything, and all the bands played. And at the end of the night, the drummer in one of the bands got in a fight with someone in the doorway, and someone came and said, "Steve, there's a fight outside." And I had been drinking for hours, right? And I went out there, and there's a brawl in the street, and there's cops and everything, and someone put their hand on my shoulder, and I flung them around, and it was a cop, and I got handcuffed and was arrested for disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace, and one other charge, and I had to go to court. I ended up getting 3 months probation and a $150 fine. They were 2 completely embarrassing situations that happened to me. There you go. I'm not afraid to tell you the story, and I told you. That's it.
Jarva, what do you think about this?
Well, I think the second one was kind of a high and a low, wasn't it?
High and the low. I don't know what the high was, but being in jail, man, is no fun. It's horrible, especially when you're drunk and it was cold. They don't turn the heat on. They take your shoes away from you and your belt, and you just go.
You didn't go to. Did you go to prison?
No. It was like a Worcester jail, whatever.
You went to the jail.
Yeah.
They moved you to the jail.
Oh no, it was in the police station. I call it the jail.
That's not even. That's not.
So now you're trying to downplay my experiences.
No, I'm just saying that there's 2 different things, because it's like I've gone to jail like that. If I'm gonna call the
time?
Holding cells at the police station,
you did time?
Jail. Then I've been to jail.
How long were you in jail
many
for?
Many times. You don't stay there. If you're in jail for longer than 1 day,
expertly ignore that question.
Well, no, I'm answering the question factually, because it's like if you're in a holding cell, you're not really in jail.
So you're saying
you're probably
you did harder
get
time
out
than I did. Okay, you did harder time than I did.
This is an attack
No,
this is an attack.
You're coming. You're trying to tell me that I can't spending it.
You want to be the only low. You want to be the only low life in the world. You want to be the only. You want to be.
I know I'm not the only low life in the world. I just told you my story.
And I'm not a low life.
Okay.
I'm a high life.
Good. You asked me about that.
But I'm not allowed. But I shouldn't have a story, right? Oh, what if I went to actual prison? Well, I did.
Okay, I'll try again. So what did you go
attacking
to prison
me for that?
for?
What if I felt, God forbid it, what if I felt, thank God I feel great about it.
Yeah, but I just want to know
this was a low point. Oh, your fucking low point is lower than my point? You fucking bitch.
That.
Go back to jail.
I never said that.
My manager?
I never said
You
keep referring to me as your manager. That's a whole nother topic. When did we make an agreement?
That is a whole nother topic.
When did we ever make an agreement that I was your manager? Do you have the signed agreement? I'd like to see it.
We have it on record. We have it in voice.
Are you like her attorney or something, Herb?
No, but I do have it in records, and I will provide it to whatever party demands it.
I am very interested in Jarva's career. I think she's an incredible artist in many ways, and I did want to talk to you about working with you and stuff because you blew me away at that show in Lowell. I was just like, whew. But you blew me away before that too. Like hearing all the music that you made since I met you. I remember the first time I met you. It was at the Old New Alliance in Cambridge, and we had a whole plan, But Rob kind of like he decided he was going to be in charge of your career at that time. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to step back out of the way because he kind of like got very, I don't know what word I can use to describe it without being offensive towards him, but he kind of controlled the situation. And plus you had a label, you had Alvin, you didn't really need me. So I kind of just, I want, I've always wanted to help you. That's why I wanted you to come on my show. One of my first podcasts I recorded here, you were like one of my first guests. And I've done a shitload of podcasts since then. And, I still would, if you ever want to come back on Blowing Smoke with Twisted Rico again, I would love to have you on. In fact, I would love to have you play live on my show. I want someone to come and do a live set on the show, like a live acoustic set.
Okay.
And I would love for you to do that, like play a couple songs.
Yes.
We can handle that, right, Herb?
Yes.
So I don't know. I have no negative feelings about working with you at all. I just didn't. We never really made any kind of formal agreement to do that. So I just want to clarify that.
I feel like we're back in the fold. Because it's like I appreciate that, and you're right. And it's like, you know what? I could use your help, and you could probably use my help because it's like I don't. Rob Patillo is good at certain things, I'm in a whole
I didn't mean to put Rob down at all. I wasn't putting him down. He was just kind of in control of the situation.
I understand where you're coming from, and
because Alvin and I remember we were talking. I'll be the label, you be the manager, Rob can be the producer or whatever, and we were all going to work together. But it didn't work out for some reason. I don't think it was my fault that it didn't work out.
Yeah, well, you moved to Pittsburgh.
That was a few years after that happened.
Yeah.
But so the point I'm making here is that, of course, I'm very interested in your career. I think you're very talented. There's no one like you, Jarva. No one. Remember I told you that when I saw you in Lowell, it was like it was almost like the Velvet Underground circa 1970. It was kind of like so artsy and like noisy and. It was cool. Like there's a room at the Andy Warhol Museum in Pittsburgh, and you go in there.
That was my dream.
The music is blasting. It's the Velvet Underground. There's images and stuff happening. When I was in that Lowell show, I was like, wow, man, this is like, the Velvet Underground, man. I really felt that. I felt it.
All the people leaving and the children dancing.
A lot of people did leave, but you did scare a few people out of the room. But that's okay; they don't get it. If you don't get, you didn't scare me, and I get it. I got it. Either you get it or you don't get it, right, Herb? They didn't get it, so the hell with them.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that, because have to say that on this program, at times, you've acted like, this is Nazi Germany. I'm Hitler. You're a tiny little orphan Jew, and you get up out of this broadcast, you leave the room, you can't believe you were ever a part of it. You're like, I survived the chamber. I've heard you off the cuff call this podcast studio a gas chamber.
I never called this a gas.
It's off the record. I've got witnesses. I've got accounts.
What witnesses?
I might have an iPhone next week. I'll see if I have an iPhone recording.
And I called it a gas chamber?
You did indeed.
You said, I'd like to hear that.
Oh, hail Jarva in there. I can't be a part of this. Things similar. This is the kind of thing that you've been saying. And now I understand that you have an emotional instability, sensitivity problem. Maybe a dead raccoon or two in your past. Who's to say? But I get that. I understand that, and I can forgive you, because it's like when someone's treating me like I'm Hitler, I start looking at under my nose in the mirror. I say, am I believe it, especially when it's a close friend who I thought was a part of the program that supported me, that comes on going, Herb, you promised me Jarva's mic would be off.
I did say
I don't care about anyone in this room.
Did I say that? Did I say that?
We're gonna go to the records for that one. Yeah, we're gonna bring up some sound clips.
So you're saying I did call the room a gas chamber too, and I told you to turn Jarva's mic off? Wow, I must have really bad memory, because I don't remember that.
Sir, I'm not gonna admit to anything. I'm just gonna bring up the record when they become available.
Yeah.
When it becomes available. I want the bootleg, though. Files. I don't want to wait till it's a commercial copy. I want the bootleg of that. Give me the boot.
I'm going to revisit this issue. Yep, we got some recording. Well, you'll see the files. So
okay. I don't doubt that you might have unreleased footage on me, because I'll tell you a funny story. I was on YouTube looking for different. I just put Blowing Smoke with Twisted Rico on because I couldn't find and I got to the page, but before I got to the page, I found a behind the scenes video of you on my show that you had going on, and I had no idea.
You were asking me about it the whole time. How did you have no idea?
I didn't.
You're like, what are you doing? What's that computer? Are you live right now? Are you going to put it as Twisted Rico Blowing Smoke?
I didn't realize you put it on YouTube. And then 6 months later, I saw it, and I was like, I can't watch this. I might have said or done something that I'll regret that I said or done. And, maybe that's when I said that this is like being in a gas chamber. You're right. You got me. Yep. You got me. I'm guilty. I plead guilty on all counts.
Well, good.
Keep it coming.
Good.
Keep it coming.
What?
Keep it coming.
This is good. This is going better than I've expected.
I'm bad, man. I am a bad man, I'll tell you.
Wow. I had a lot of notes, but I'm feeling a lot better,
Good.
It's like you might have greased me up there talking about how you believe in me and my music, but you know what? I don't even care. I'm just trying to feel a little bit.
Are those all notes about me?
On a daily basis.
You have a whole Steve Ricardo book.
I'm going to accept you back with open arms. Oh, question for Steve. Okay.
Question for Steve.
John Lennon. What do you think? What is?
You already asked me about that.
Oh, this is when I was really mad at you. You want to know what I was going to say? I was going to say, what is much more offensive to me than any gangster rapper is a white man refusing to acknowledge the term Nigel. Now I've changed my tune, so I'm going to say Nigel in our society, and or pretending they don't know how to pronounce it. But you know what? That's one thing that you've turned me over on now, because I don't know what the N-word is to me is Nigel. And if I'm wrong, then I don't want to be right. And the kitten joke karmically bit me in the ass tenfold. I'm gonna take back the kin joke. I'm not gonna go into the details.
I think we're making a lot of progress here, actually.
And its weight and me grabbing it and popping off its little skeletal head from its body. I'm not gonna go it. That's not funny. No one thinks it's funny. And what can words do?
You know what? I'm pretty satisfied with everything that's been done here today.
Beautiful, guys.
And
Beautiful.
I'm gonna probably have to leave, but I don't want to leave any doors open or interesting.
Okay, you don't want to leave any doors open. That's interesting.
Well, guys, how about this?
I also have to know Corona is not real.
Steve, you got anything to say about that?
Who said that?
And then asterisk
I
Corona
never said
party.
That.
Corona
I
party.
never said
I don't know,
Corona's
Steve.
not real. What do you mean?
Hey guys, how about this? I'm gonna play a couple songs and we'll be back, right? And then we'll continue this on another episode of Antisocial Conditioning.
Thank you, Jarva, for.
Thank you, Steve Ricardo, my former and possibly once again manager, depending.
And thank you, Herb, for always being like the finest engineer in the game.
I try, guys. I try. I'm gonna play something. I'm gonna play something by Triangular from the old Outlaw Road show. We'll be back.
Triangular, dude, apparel, dude, everything. Follow, dude.
Something like this. I swear I'll run away from every home I ever have. So I'll build a new house in every town I pass. And maybe then I won't always feel lost and trapped. When I was growing up, I was the smartest kid I knew. Well, maybe that was just because I didn't know that many kids. All I know is now I feel the opposite. Like if you don't want to work, then that becomes your job. There's a lot of overtime. There's not many days off. I hope you know that I'm not trying to complain. It just gets hard to explain to people that I know, or the kids who come to shows, that I just don't want to talk about the office today. Cause I've watched friends go from being pessimists to work at home archaeologists. They dig skin deep, they work hard every day on burying their arms for a vein or two that maybe they forgot. And the cops say it's a crime for people like me and those friends of mine who wanna die. Like my neighbor in St. Pete, she's been on house arrest down here. If she tries to leave her yard, they'll lock her in a cage for years. Cause sometimes she wants to die, and she shoots dope when she thinks she could die. And the law, they caught her one too many times, shooting dope when she felt like she could die. We're building a new world, all of my friends and me. It's not an exact science yet, but we have the technology. Now all we need is an economy where everybody finally will get enough to eat. Even the suburbs know power's getting too crooked to stand on its own feet for much longer than it has. So I don't want to kill a cop. What I want is neighborhoods where they don't have to get called when the shit goes down. Cause our friends, they are enough, and our neighbors have enough. And finally we're enough. Cause our friends, they are enough, and our neighbors are enough. And finally we're enough. Please help me be, please help me be, please help me be enough. Fuck the law, cause we're enough. Fuck the boss, cause we're enough. Fuck Microsoft, cause we're enough. Fuck owning stocks, cause we're enough. Fuck you, cause we're enough. Fuck moving to Brooklyn, cause we're enough. Fuck the Clash, cause we're enough. Fuck Marshall Stacks, cause we're enough.
Your idols, you know.
Quit what you don't love, cause we're enough. Live
not the only bear in Boston, Nebraska.
The country 'tis of thee, land of liberty.
And we're back.
This-
That was a fun little segment there with Steve Ricardo.
Wait, I heard that. I thought we were gonna go into that American ballad right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were just coming back.
You don't want us to do My Country too.
Okay, my issue with what just happened is that you made a decision and now you're like letting somebody talk you out of it. Like when you're on the radio, if you make a decision, you make a decision, you know, and you have to own up to it. So,
That's right.
you know, I'm not driving the ship right now, but
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't know you guys wanted to keep going with that song.
I'm confused by your statement. I thought I knew what you were talking about, and then I'm like, no, that's not what he's talking about. And now I don't know what you're saying. He should have committed to playing the guitar more.
I'm just saying if you make a decision, you stick to it. You know, it's kind of like,
Or when he
honestly, it's kind
ended-
of like, you know, the 2.5 improv classes that I took. And
I
you know,
took one meetup improv class
Yeah.
where
Somebody-
I was a fucking star, me and my friend
Oh, dude,
Jared,
me-
and then
dude.
I'm like, Tyrone, we have to start doing improv meetup classes where we're the teachers.
oh my
I
God.
did one class. I was like, hey, I'm a genius at that. I could do this.
13-year-old me was an improv prodigy.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
yeah.
I could have had so
Oh.
many talents.
I
was
had
either
him crying in the living room. The tears rolled down their cheeks of my fake Jesus
yeah, it was.
commercials.
I remember,
Oh my God.
and I had that whole audience, you know, at the end of summer
Yeah.
camp where I did it,
The
you know,
whole
and I nailed the
nuclear
last
family.
line, you
Oh.
know, whole huge like stadium. I don't know
Oh,
about stadium, but you know, a
10,000.
large number. Just
10,000
clap.
people
You
stopped
feel the
and
energy in the
stared.
room, kind of like HMS Pinafore, Sir Joseph Porter, KCB, the whole town of Lincoln. I had them
Wait,
laughing. I
okay.
had them weeping.
Seamus Pinafore? What the fuck? What?
Gilbert and Sullivan.
What the fuck are
I-
these
I-
insurance
don't know.
companies?
Yeah,
what the fuck is
like-
this?
I am the monarch. No, but
What?
No, wait, no, what? You can't just give us that tease
Yeah,
and like take
yeah.
it away, dude.
I am the monarch of the sea, the ruler of the Queen's Navy, whose praise Great Britain proudly chaunts. And we, okay, and you know it's late 19th century. That was like the pop music of the day. You know, I was singing the hits. You know.
Oh.
In a past life in the 19th. I thought this was improv.
No, this is a different thing.
Okay. And the people were laughing. They were just cheering for that. For the "We come to the sea in the."
Well,
in Great
you know,
Britain
so
in the tea.
it's a musical. It's a comedy.
And what's
musical.
it called again? Edgar Allan Pinafore Hoover.
HMS Pinafore.
HMS. What's that?
Her Majesty's ship, I think.
Why don't they call it Her Majesty's Ship Pinafore? Nobody's gonna go HMS. Oh yeah, Her Majesty's Ship. I
would say her
Obviously.
more
Okay,
shit.
wait.
Yeah,
Can
her
we back
Marsiglio
up
shit,
and
that's what
examine?
I'm more used to.
Wait, no. We need to back up because
Okay.
there was a very important moment right there.
I
Okay.
thought
You
you were
said-
saying when you
No,
said
no.
you once you make a decision that we could never back up.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
I
in
was
the
like,
radio.
oh, he's saying that I shouldn't have said, aren't we going to do My Country 'Tis of Thee because you made a decision to stop playing. I'm very confused, but go on.
Well, okay. The
decision-
point,
what-
the point. Okay, you want me to finish that point? I'm going to finish that point.
Yeah,
the
'cause
point is that if you make a decision on radio, well, that's why I compared it to improv. It's a thing where like you have to keep things moving.
Yes,
and you can't
and.
walk things back. Yes, and exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you just said
Wait, what?
we're going to back up in order to say that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's like a meta thing. But like, oh no, it's
Gotta know Steve
antisocial
Ricardo.
conditioning. Oh no, it's unconventional. Like, you know,
Oh,
it's
no.
meta.
Oh,
it's
no.
like whatever. Isn't that part of the premise of it? You know?
I
So,
like that. I like
think
that. Dude.
I think this is an appropriate thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that,
Yeah.
dude.
Uh-huh.
You know? It's kind of meta.
Well, it's not. I don't even know if it's live.
I mean, it could be. At least we got sound this time around, dude.
We hope.
We hope.
We hope. Okay, well, and then, but at first I thought you were talking about the Steve, because as our panelist who never quit being a panelist except for in the middle of shows, where he also expressed a lot of disdain at my person and my morality many times, then stopped being on the show. Now he is eagerly back on the program. And he demanded that Kurt Winsler is joining us now, our permanent panelist, realigned with the program, who just left the building, was very adamant that Kurt Winsler not be on the program in the beginning of the program.
Oh yeah, he wanted the room by himself.
Because he wanted just the original, and this is where I'm like, okay, I'm trying to hire this glamager to be an independent journalist on this program, and it's like he is just running. It's like the diva. It's like, I don't know if all glamagers have this diva aspect to them, but the runaround is still running.
I don't know if that.
Okay.
I mean, you have different perspective, like, but like, I think that in that conversation, I see that you have a lot of, you accuse him of projection. You're very guilty of projection too, in a lot of ways, and I think you see a lot of like veiled hostility in a lot of people's actions, and and I think that contributes to some misunderstanding and conflict.
Are those your notes?
I don't have notes. That's my opinion.
I thought you said you had real notes.
No, I said if you have notes.
If I have notes, I asked you to listen out there and come in with commentary on it.
There's my commentary.
That's your commentary? Okay, so I was projecting towards Steven in that discussion?
Yeah, in certain ways. I mean, it's a two-way street.
Give me one. Give me a way.
Well, I didn't take notes.
Well, you just heard it.
I mean, why can't because like it's like a general impression. I don't remember all the things that happened, and I'm saying, and what I'm doing right now is
I remember that Steve Ricardo told a jail story. He doesn't know the difference between jail and prison. I tried to tell him, and then the second I said, I've been to prison, it's like, you think your experience is more than my experience.
Wait, who said that?
Were you listening?
Did he say that? Yes, I was listening, okay? There's a lot to remember. Like, I can't, and now you're getting mad at me for no reason because, like, I can't remember well enough. Like,
and I would like to know how I projected onto him. That's not veiled hostility. He told me before I could even tell my story. He told me that I thought I was better than him because I'd been arrested more times.
I don't think
that's exactly what he said.
It is.
Oh, shit.
You gotta come with the facts. This is why I have a notebook.
Okay.
This is why I write things
Okay, well,
down.
you know what? Okay, Jarva, here's the deal. Here's the deal. What I'm asking you right now
to love my enemies. Yes.
You love your enemies, exactly. And you trust that, you know what? My opinion matters, and maybe you should consider it, okay? Even if I don't have concrete facts to back it up right now.
Well, no, because then it's just that's just a vague critique of me with no evidence, because it's like if you could tell me where and when I projected on him, maybe I could change my outlook of just seeing veiled hostility between me and everyone that I talk to, that creates my huge character flaw that causes me to create discord and chaos amongst groups of people. Like, maybe I could work on that, become, a different kind of path than the obvious sociopath, maniacal thing that I am.
Don't put words
now,
in my
would you
mouth.
say
Don't
that that's projection? Do you say that because I said that's projection? I'm projecting that on you because I'm saying that about myself.
Well, I think that would be an example of you projecting veiled hostility, because I'm trying to come from like a warm place here. Like, I'm trying to come from a place of like, we're getting
Florida,
all this shit out
California,
there,
Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that's
He's
just like how
a lot of Nashville.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with a soap opera called Nashville.
Dude, it's crazy because like I finished season 2 and it was like cliffhanger after cliffhanger, and like but I haven't started season 3 yet, but I'm gonna get back to it because like there's so much good shit on that show. I was thinking about it on the way over, actually. What's her name? The young country star she's kind of like Taylor Swift. She's very savvy and she's very sensitive. She's very and her mother was an addict. She's a really interesting character. Anyway.
See, this is why I have no time, because it's like, you know why I don't care? Is because Nashville is like a soap opera fiction for like wannabe, but it like honestly like, and it's like, I don't know that that's like a good thing in me, but it's like, if it's not real, and by that I mean reality television, like I just don't care. I'm like, oh yes, I would be into this if that was a real person, because then I could see the seams of them being on a reality show and present, and this is their life, you know. It's like I don't know. I'm obsessed with reality television.
Yeah, I know.
I am.
Well, I think that like you approach fiction and like fiction. I think you have to accept that like to some degree, it's like it's about a certain person's perspective. It's about like the creator's perspective, whereas reality is just reality. But like, you know, the creator's perspective is also a thing that's worth paying attention to.
Yeah, but I think Nashville to me sounds like a soap opera. Do you think anybody watches a soap opera and thinks about the creator's perspective? It's just like, it's more like,
dude, that's such like you're trying to do this like
every creator is trying to like put a message
that's
across.
like some elitist high art versus low art bullshit.
Who's the creator of Nashville?
She wrote Thelma and Louise.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Maybe it's good. haven't seen it, so
yeah, I'm not saying it's great, but it's like pretty good, and it appeals to me a lot.
I mean, Thelma
I enjoy
and Louise
it.
is
You
good.
know? Yeah, it is good.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you haven't? Young Brad Pitt, yeah.
Like Corey something. I don't remember.
What's your surfing? Why don't you talk about your surfing movie that you're obsessed with?
Oh, you mean when I watched Point Break? Oh man, yeah.
Point Break.
Point
really?
Break is a really good movie.
You should just watch it for the first time ever.
Like a year ago, but I remember like really enjoying it. It's like Shakespearean.
Yeah, it is.
But like the action sequences are like so good. Like the action sequences are like really really well done. Really full of
I don't
tension
watch
and
action.
shit.
I fall asleep. The second
that's the
action
thing.
starts, I fall asleep. That's another thing, because as soon as I see action in a movie, I'm like, okay, well, I know it's not real. So like, do I have a text message, or I'll fall asleep. I lose the plot, because it's like, you can psychodrama me into like pretending these people have an actual like psychological drama going on, but the second I see the action, I'm like, well, I know this isn't happening. I know it's not real.
Yeah,
that's my
a good
suspension
point.
of disbelief just flies out the window.
Yeah, you have to walk that line, and I think Point Break does pretty well. Like the action sequences.
Are they in the water? Are they surf action?
I mean, there's no like surf action.
Why is there like, action? I thought this was about your emotion. I thought this was about your connection to Patrick Swayze and like taking on a young lover in the water or something. I thought this.
That is what it's about.
Okay,
it's also
talk about
movie.
that. Don't talk about how the action sequences are great. Nobody. It's like, who cares? People are listening to us. They can't see the fucking action thing. They don't want to hear about how Point Break has great action scenes.
Okay. There's another thing. I wasted like
because it's not even like a scene. It's like they're just envisioning vague action scenes.
Okay, so here's another thing I take issue with. I spent like 10 seconds. I briefly mentioned that the action scenes were good. Now you're going on like a several minute long tirade about that. It's like, what's that about?
That's lost time. That's lost
time.
Yeah,
you're the one who's losing all the time.
No, it's like, this is talk about your sexual, psychological involvement with the film. That's what's interesting.
Yeah. Well, let me gather my thoughts. Because I watched it like a year ago, but it's like yeah. So like Patrick Swayze. So Keanu Reeves. Now that I think about it, he's kind of like a David. He's kind of like a, he's like uncannily perfect. He's kind of like a David Lynch protagonist, like uncannily perfect.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit, but he's so wide-eyed, but he has that like draw towards the dark side of things, you know. And then he's like very competent and confident. And Patrick Swayze, he lives in that dark side, and he's also like on this high level. They're both like very high level, you know, people. Yeah, and so like
I've never seen it. Okay.
And so then Keanu Reeves, who like I'm Keanu Reeves. He has to infiltrate
his most famous line.
Wait,
in
and
that
I'm
movie.
Patrick Swayze, right? That's what you told me, right?
Yeah.
I'm Patrick Swayze, so I'm
the
the one living in the dark, older than you.
Yeah, older.
Okay.
And like.
All right. And what? You're not gonna say he's like trying to not say anything positive.
No, and I'm saying so he has to infiltrate the surfers, right? And like there's this thing where like he knows. Oh yeah, they form this close bond because they're both on this high level, and they both like, you know, have things to learn from each other, and like, and it's like beautiful. And then there's this shocking moment where Keanu Reeves realizes that the bank robbers that they've been trying to catch, well, Patrick Swayze is the head of the bank robbers. So he's like, oh no, like I love this guy, but I have to take him down.
Okay.
And
so that's me. The head of the bank robbers.
Well, I don't know if
that's why you're
I don't know if
trying to destroy me.
Yeah, there is this recurring narrative.
Veiled
yeah,
hostility.
I know. It's so weird that narrative keeps coming back. Yeah.
I must be projecting it.
I'm just saying no.
Go on.
Well, I mean, and that's kind of like the central crux of it, and it's like really beautiful and tragic.
Okay, so you end up killing me, I'm assuming?
No.
Okay, good.
Actually, Patrick Swayze gets away. Like, Keanu Reeves does everything he can to catch him, but Patrick Swayze is still one step ahead. But then, like, 2 years later,
in the grave,
on the final scene, Keanu Reeves finally catches up with him while he's surfing. And Patrick Swayze's like, please, like, let me go. You have to let me go. And Keanu Reeves, he's like drenched. It's raining. And he's so sad. He's like, no, man, like, I have to take you down. Like, I have to. And like, by this time, Keanu Reeves, he's grown out. He's grown out his hair. He's gotten into surfing. He's like learned. He's like become the best version of himself. Because,
or of Patrick Swayze. Or is he just trying to take Patrick Swayze's skin and wear it like a suit?
No, because things can be symbiotic, you know? It's like... But yeah, like he's
close for comfort, that one. Okay,
whatever.
Go on.
And then Patrick Swayze's like, no, like, let me go surfing one last time. I have to catch one last wave. And then Keanu Reeves watches him. He floats out through the waves, and like he knows in his mind, you can see he's like he's not coming back. And then you see Patrick Swayze out there, and a big wave takes him and pulls him under, and that's how the movie ends.
You know, Fast and Furious has the same exact story structure as well.
Really? Another movie I've never seen. But is these car guys, it's like the Bible.
Yeah.
It's but if a Fast and the Furious purist are they, I mean, it sounds like the good, but the bad and the ugly almost.
No. Nowhere near.
The wave. Replace one of them with the wave.
I couldn't get emotionally involved in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in nearly the same way that I get in Point Break.
Because it's not homoerotic enough.
It's slow paced too.
Was it?
Well, no.
Yeah, it wasn't very homoerotic.
When you use your imagination, everything can be.
Yeah, I know.
That's true.
But yeah, Point Break is a lot more homoerotic.
So tip. I still haven't watched it, but I do like hearing about you watching it. And I do love describing movies to people. Like, I'll watch a movie once, and then I just want to reenact the scenes for people.
That's how I end up getting in everybody's like nerves all the time, dude. Like I'll get into something a lot, dude. Like either Gundam, Warhammer, or something, dude.
Nobody's into.
And I'm like, oh, dude, you should see this. It's really cool.
Gundam is cool.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. I try to talk to people about
sci-fi
it.
Shit. It's really cool, and a lot of that stuff is so philosophical, and like it's really cool.
But it's like they don't talk about it. These guys don't talk about it. And shout out to Michael Mascarello, and me and Jonathan, the only attendance at his birthday party this year.
Yeah.
# Tyrone, Jizz, Jam, don't you come back here again. You fucking won't even say it. You fucking pussy dripping. I won't go into it. But
Nice.
you know what? Now I've gone off. Now I can't. I've lost my.
But like I don't get it, dude. You yourself
Yeah,
like telling
no,
people about
you're
movies.
Like, oh, check this
but
out. This
every time I
is
try
so
to tell
cool.
you
No,
about
it's
something,
sending
dude.
gifts. It's you and Mascara. You're like, send me like a picture of a comic book or a picture of Gundam, and you're like, hey, cool. Isn't this cool? Check it out. Isn't this cool? It's like, no, it's not cool. It's like if you went into a story, it's like, tell me about your psychological,
you can't just jump in the
emotional,
deep end.
homoerotic. Like, tell me about your connection to a Gundam, Gundam, some kind of specific, hone it in to your psychological, homoerotic, emotional connection to a Gundam. Give me a little story with a little psychological drama where I can be, whether I know what Gundam is or not, describe to me your relationship to it in a way that's interesting.
All right, so do you want before we take this deep dive into it, do you want something from the original century, or do you want something from like an alternate dimension? This series has been on since 1979, and there's a lot of chapters and a series to it in movies. So like, I could dive into any of that. But
see, the thing is, I don't want any of it. So it's like
you've
gotta like hook me in with something.
BS. You guys get annoyed every time.
Alternate dimensions.
All right. How about Double O, dude? It's based 200 years from our timeline here on planet Earth, dude. Where like the government has gone completely like you know how stories about the future are like just reflection on today days, dude. Well, it's like one of those, dude.
Today-a-days?
Yeah, you know, like all
synonym nowadays, but it's today-a-days. Okay, go on. No, I'm listening. Today-a-days? Uh-huh.
It's a cool story with giant robots in the future.
Okay.
That's awesome. Nah, man, you know what, dude? I don't feel right doing this because I feel like nobody's really interested in this.
I'm listening. I'm giving you the floor on this.
I don't want to talk about it today. Not one bit.
Dude, come on.
No, it's
just
like
make it. Don't tell me all about. Tell me about you, like your connection to it.
My connection to it, dude. Oh my god, it's so cool, dude. I would just stay up late at night trying to watch the one of the older series, dude. I remember. You remember when it was on Adult Swim? Gundam Wing was on Adult Swim. You remember that?
No, I never
He's
watched it.
He's pretending to be interested. He knows nothing about it, and he's not really interested. So go on.
No, I mean I'm interested in anime in general. Like,
but he's interested.
I'm interested.
Why does it bother you? Why does it bother you guys so much whenever I bring up all these like stupid little?
Tell me something about it. Okay, it's robots in the future. What about today-a-days? What about today-a-days? Just jump back into it.
No. We know all about that. We can look that up. You can wiki it. I want to know why do you get so?
What it does for you in your body?
Why do you get so pissed at me?
Okay, when you watch a full Gundam film. Why do you get so pissed? Okay, I'll ask you a question because I talked to a child today, okay, about a fucking animal, all right, okay, and they're looking at the animal. They figure out what the animal is in 2 seconds. They have the internet. They're hooked right into their iPhones, okay, and then I go, hey, have you guys ever seen The Never-Ending Story? And they're like,
what is going on over there?
A couple of years ago. I don't really remember it. And then I said, well, what do you, I said, I looked at this little girl, and I said, well, what do you remember from the film?
Attacked by dicks.
From The Never-Ending Story. Because I had an epiphany. I had a vision in my brain. I said, "What? You don't remember the movie? What do you remember?" And she said, "The horse. When somebody's riding the horse and it gets caught in the quicksand." I said, "Yes, exactly. I've been haunted by that scene my entire life. That is the most tragic scene in any movie. It's all that I remember from the Neverending Story, other than Falcor." What's going on? I'm completely surprised by this. I don't know what's happening.
Dicks for Trump. You want to be horrified for the rest of your life?
I almost
Like
lost an eye a second ago.
Okay,
So I think our question is, do you want to be blind?
Why are you waving Trump shit all over the camera?
Yeah,
Because
Dick,
we have
Why are you
Trump-
talking about Trump right now?
dicks for
Dicks.
Trump.
You guys are
Why?
dicks for
That guy,
Trump.
dude, I'm so sick of Donald Trump. I don't want to hear about him. I don't want to talk about him. I just want him to go away. And I don't want you bringing that shit in here.
Dicks for Trump.
Why are you doing that?
Dicks for Trump. Because we're just, this is how Trump is, man. You can't
Because
escape.
it's a slow death.
Yeah.
You see this, and
You
it's
can't
a
escape the
quicksand.
reality of Trump's
But
giant
you
horse.
don't
Or
like
the
Trump.
horse drowning
If
in
you are
quicksand.
anti-Trump, why are you bringing Trump into this
Because
space?
we're dicks for Trump. Woo! Dicks
I
for
think
Trump.
Rod's
Those
dick
are
is a
very
little bigger
pointy.
than
The-
Lauren's
what do they
dick,
call
right?
that? The head on there? That's a sharp head on those penile.
These are very well cut dicks for Trump.
What?
Wait a minute. Let me look at these.
Yeah.
Wait,
Is that
what's-
true, Lauren?
What's the little sticks part? Why does this look like the sun at the end here?
It looks like the
corona.
coronavirus for Trump.
Oh, is that one ball?
You know what? It might be. I'm not sure how many
What
balls
if-
Trump
What
has.
if Trump has a yellow penile with Trump written on the side?
Does it look?
That woman did pick out that sort of little orange toadstool.
Yeah. Does it look like a mushroom to
Little
you?
orange. What's that? Is it bleeding on the top? Because we could segue right into a different story if it is.
It is bleeding.
Dicks for Trump.
No,
Yes.
we're saving that for the movie episode. Coming
Yes,
soon.
yes.
The
We
next
just-
movie episode.
We're here to be anti-social conditioning because
Love.
we're dicks for Trump.
It's perfect. Oh, this one. I like this one. I
one
like
is-
the T on this one. I
That-
like that little abstract area. I like that. Wait, is that the jisms traveling up the?
Yeah. It was an ad for
I don't know if it goes up and hits the outer sides like that though.
Right, it was an ad for water though. Now it's
It was an ad for
I
water.
don't know what to do with my dick. Somebody tell me what to do with my giant dick.
Put it in your vagina.
We didn't bring the vagina.
Oh,
It's too
shit.
beautiful.
You have one.
I left mine at home too. I always do. Nowadays, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to use this today.
Oh, I'm being assaulted by Trump's dick right now. Hold on.
They both have these stick parts and two sides. I love this. So
Yeah.
how do you wear it?
Well,
Whoa,
I wear
or is
mine
it a
like a
purse?
guitar. 'Cause,
Okay. Oh, this one has a different kind of thing at the top on both sides.
This is a strap-on.
See? Oh. Wow. You could probably somebody could engineer that for you. I'm sure.
It's a strap-on.
Literally.
So we just came to fuck up your day. How you doing?
Yeah, and this one says smarts stirring the 3 R's.
I think
Response.
that's just the materials.
Leading role: private, Han, responsible, there, reside, relax, studies, offering, up, status, enhance, rein,
Natural
partner,
male
partner
enhancement.
your water incentives to support your efforts in serving your customer. Wow, subliminal messages.
Yes, that's subliminal messaging. We have to thank Rod Weber for that.
Home serve.
Ooh, what does that mean?
I don't know, Rod Weber. What does it mean?
What did I do? What are you asking?
Tell us about your
Should I say
your
verb spot?
giant dick cardboard.
My giant dick is what I pull up to wheel to whoa the ladies to make them say,
To
well, I
whoa
like
the
something
ladies.
large, but
woe is the
Yeah.
lady. Woe upon
but
the ladies.
but manageable.
relating to a horse.
You know,
Whoa.
you know, and
Synonym
most
for stop.
most ladies when they see this, they say, "Whoa,
Yeah.
I can't manage that."
Yeah.
I like the big dick, but it's
Yeah.
just unmanageable.
Yeah, he's like, how big do you want the dick? And I'm like, large but manageable.
I'm like
Right.
I'm God in
Right.
this situation.
Yeah.
The young women, they contact me and they say, I need a dick, and well, how big? And so, I mean, that's really how it happens at the pearly
Really, is
gates.
that what God does?
I have it in text messages.
Wait,
you know,
what
Yeah.
does God do?
I've
Sorry.
God totally measures dicks and makes big dicks at request for Lauren.
He does.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
God,
I'm God.
Same thing, right?
When people walk through the pearly gates, does he? Okay, A.
I'm God
Wait,
in
no,
this scenario.
I have a two-part question. Okay,
Yep.
when God welcomes people,
Oh shit!
Wait.
Dicks for Trump.
Woo! Dicks for Trump is in the house.
Yeah. Oh man,
All
we
right.
got so much going on right now.
So
okay,
So say again.
Two-part question.
Yes,
when
sir.
people or when God welcomes people into the pearly gates,
Uh-huh.
A, does he measure how long their penises are?
Penile.
Their peniles
Go
are
on.
when fully erect.
Penile.
Go on.
And B, if he does that affect whether or not they get into heaven?
So again, I'm God in the situation, and all I do is take requests from Lauren for big dick, and
Dicks for Trump.
and
Oh
I
my
make
God.
it whatever size she wants it to be.
We have so much going on behind the scenes right now. Rod, do you want to take my
What is
seat?
that aroma?
Oh.
But Herb can take mine.
Dorchester
I think I'm all
just
done
got a
answering
new
that question.
fragrance.
Oh man, I'll take a
I
beer.
want to thank God for coming in and answering questions.
Oh my God.
Polish stuff.
I don't know.
You want to sit down?
Yeah, Chris, please sit down,
Chris.
please, Chris.
I'm gonna get you with my good friend here.
Chris is in
We
now.
need intro music for him. We need sound clips. I know I was going to do that this month,
wait,
but
wait,
instead
wait.
I was busy working on the Tommy O'Deed show program. Hashtag Tommy O'Deed. I will be tagging you in this. Oh, look at this. He's
not working
orphaned. He is one-armed, but
The legend returns.
he's wearing several plastic wristbands, which, you know, is a look that went out in 2004, but he's bringing it back.
That's how I roll.
Along with the spiked hair.
I can't get it. You can't get a haircut anywhere.
So you're gelling it?
I'm gelling like Magellan.
Bring
Are
it-
you gelling?
Just bringing the gel back
Sorry.
like a full, like a 7th grade superhero come to life
Indeed.
with an arm that appears to be broken, but the way that you're
I had shoulder
using it
surgery.
makes it seem like your arm's actually fine.
Well, I had shoulder surgery.
Kurt Winsler, just pulling a Steve Ricardo. What are you doing?
Get really overwhelmed with all the people.
Yeah, especially that tall motherfucker. He was huge.
Yeah, he was big. There was one big guy in here. He overwhelmed all of us. Okay, and Kush,
Chris
you
is
know,
pretty big
Kush
too.
is nothing compared.
What? I first of all, they're not gonna leave these like Trump dicks in here,
Okay,
are
we're
they?
losing Kurt Winsler.
Kurt
okay?
Winsler's
He might be
gone.
back.
What, do we chase everybody out of here?
I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, I
it's
guess
like,
so.
I feel like
It was
water
my fault.
just-
I'm sorry.
The
No,
water left the pool.
The water left the pool. Now we're
The
down 3.
Trump dicks are leaving
The
on
Trump
their own
dicks.
volition.
The Trump.
Oh,
That I
I
didn't-
get
I
it
didn't
now. I Trump dick. I get it.
Do you get it?
He
I
gets
saw
it
the
all
huge
the time.
the penis thing. I'm like, I don't get it. And then it said Trump on Trump dick. I
What do
get
you
it.
think it means? What do you think it's?
Yeah.
Give us an interpretation.
Trump has a huge cock.
I mean,
He's a man. How great is Trump?
my God.
How great is
Like a
Trump?
refreshing
Another 4
point of
more
view.
years. 4
Chris.
more years.
There's Chris, dude.
What do you
Give
want?
us a
Stupid
rundown.
Biden that just forgets what the hell he's talking about in the middle of a
my
sentence?
God.
Come on. And we got Camilla, the dumb
You know what, dude?
from
Lauren,
Manila.
Lauren and Rod
Time
thought that
out.
they were bringing in the Trump dick dudes, but here's the
Yes,
true Trump
and
dick,
they
dude.
called.
And
They
left.
manifested. That's what
manifested it.
happens when you
That's
do a
what
rain
happens.
dance.
Yeah.
You make those
That's
effigies,
right.
and the biggest Trump dick in town will walk right
Let me
through
just
those
clarify.
doors. You
Let me-
put two
If
fake
I- if I
Trump
may.
dicks in a room.
If I may, let me just clarify that Trump is a dick, and he's a moron, and he's a belligerent, stupid bastard.
No,
But
there's already a big enough one
listen to
living here.
this. Who else are we gonna? I mean, dude, I don't want to get into politics, but for
think we
for
should.
comedy's sake, let's get into it real quick, okay?
Oh, God. Oh,
Why
my God.
the hell?
Oh, my God.
What do you want, Biden in there? You want Hillary? Dude, we have the shittiest selection of motherfucking people.
Wait, just give us the rundown of
the
your favorite
rundown,
things
dude.
about
Trump just says how it is. Yo, if you don't want to work, you're not gonna make any money. Fucking beat it. You know what I mean? And
All right, so
oh,
this,
and
so this
listen,
is what
and-
I have to say
and
about
this
that.
guy can actually finish
All
a
right,
fucking
Chris, go
sentence.
ahead.
Sorry,
That's good.
I'm just saying.
Biden, when he talks, dude, right? He'll talk and then he just forgets what the fuck he's talking about in the middle of a sentence.
Before we go one more step. This is Chris Nordic from the Chris Nordic Tonight.
Kushy.
Going up against.
So this is what I gotta say to that. Joe Biden is a creepy motherfucker. Am I right?
He sure is. Yeah,
he gets
absolutely.
a little touchy. Am I right?
Oh, he gets very touchy.
But you know who else does?
Trump.
Donald Trump.
He likes to grab him by the pussy.
Yeah. So you don't have an issue with that?
An issue with this?
He's
not if it's consensual. No,
it's not consensual.
Oh, do you consent?
Yeah, well then that's kind of frowned upon.
So you're a fucking you're a fucking idiot if you're supporting a rapist. If your fucking issue with Joe Biden is that he's touchy and Donald Trump has had legitimate accusations of being a rapist, you're sitting here, your fat ass is sitting here supporting Donald Trump and his big raping dick. Fuck you and fuck you for being here.
First of all, I don't support Trump. Okay.
Oh, he's
right?
the one.
I never said I support him.
Bullshit.
I never said I support him. Out of all the people, dude.
Backpedal.
No. I'm not backpedaling shit. No. So out of the selection of people,
there's
who the hell
there's
else?
1,100 people running, you moron. You could vote for any one of them except these two people, and you want to focus on Joe Biden?
The last election, I voted for myself.
Fuck you.
I put my name on
Fuck you again.
Chris
Fuck you. You're an idiot, a moron, and a rapist
but
defender.
Nobody else voted for me.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nobody else voted for me.
Fuck you.
Nobody else voted for me.
You don't know
rapist
that.
defender.
You don't know that.
A rapist
I
defender.
might have voted for you.
How am I a rapist defender?
Oh, you want dates and times? All right, Jessica Leeds, airplane in the 1970s.
What does
We're
that
talking
have to do
about Donald
with me?
Trump. Not you. You defended Trump,
I'm
the
not,
rapist defender.
How
Earlier,
the
you
fuck
just
am I
saying you're a Donald Trump guy. That's why I was invited
never
in.
said that.
Because you're fucking backing this piece of shit.
I'm not.
Tell me why you're not backing Donald Trump.
I'm not.
Or I'll go through the
not
list
backing
of fucking
shit.
17 people, leading up all the way to the semen-stained
not
dress, which the fucking
right
judge
The guy
is
is
the fucking
comedy
evidence.
gold.
You fucking rapist, fucking defender. Go ahead,
Listen,
defend him.
rape's only funny unless you're raping a clown, okay? Let's just clarify that. Secondly, he's entertainment, man. Biden fucking sucks my balls. Hillary is a crazy cunt. And the rest of the spectrum
that's
can
a
fucking
deep
suck.
analogy for
Trump
Chris
is a fucking
Kushy, 'cause
cocksucker.
you get into stuff with him with his balls and with the homoeroticism.
What
So
do
you
got
got
to
to
do with
really
cock?
pay close attention to the stuff that he says, because Biden sucks my balls. I would say that's not necessarily a negative. I think that's a very deep.
Well, he
and
sucks my big
tumbled-
fat clit. How's that?
Yeah, even more.
I like
even
that
more
better.
complicated.
I like that better.
Why are we talking about? I fucking hate politics.
Let's talk about your top 10
You
favorite
got it.
things about Trump.
Well, again, fuck
Let's
you.
Tell us
fuck your fucking
tell
Trump.
us 10
fuck your
things
politics.
that you love about
you're
Trump.
a fucking moron.
No, tell
I
us
don't know why
10
you're
things
here.
you love about Trump. Then let him speak, and then you can rebuttal.
Give me a beer.
Because we know
I
you
have
love
one,
him
never
a
mind.
little bit.
You want a beer?
No, I'm good. I'm fucking with you.
It's
Get some
beer.
Russian.
No,
Oh,
I got
Polish.
one. Fuck you.
Polish,
I don't want
bro.
your Trump beer.
Trump beer. It's fucking
It's
Polish.
not a
Dumb
Yingling.
dildo.
I'll take a Polish beer.
Don't be a dildo.
I'll take
You
it.
fucking racist
It's
cunt.
okay beer. Look, it's okay.
It's okay
No.
beer. See that? It's
Are you
okay
saying? Are
beer
you
by the
against
Polacks.
pleasing
Don't be a cunt,
women
you fucking drinking Mexican
and
wet
and
bang.
men that enjoy?
Oh my fucking god, Chris, take it
Build
easy.
that wall.
I told you to get the fuck out. I told you. We knew who
When
you
you
were.
say "don't be a dildo," what do you mean? What do you mean by that statement?
Just don't be a dildo. Like grabbing people by the pussies without their, consent.
I don't think dildos do that.
But you're for Trump.
Well, you got the. Yeah, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Perhaps. Get the
I mean,
fuck out.
dildo is
You're
the
a piece
one-
of shit for supporting that piece of shit.
Who said, dude? Why are you?
You
fucking
just said perhaps. Come on.
So what?
You like him. Oh, he's politically incorrect. He says what he wants, and that's why I'm behind him. He grabs women by the pussy, and that makes me want to fucking grab my pussy and stick it up my
with
ass.
Herb sister,
Because I just love everything. He rides down the escalator.
I
and
love
he's
getting
a perfect
rises out of
man.
people
I
because
just love
they're
Herb's
just
eyes
so
on
hard to
me
decipher
and his eyes
all
on
the
Donald Trump. His
sexual
big golden wig that he
innuendos.
stapled like a bunch of ferrets. That makes me love everything because he's politically incorrect. Just because he's politically incorrect.
stapled
So I love
ferrets?
him, and I'm big and fat,
He
and big and
stapled
fat
ferrets?
people love Donald Trump.
Wow, I think we have a fat.
Chris, real quick, Chris.
Normally, I would not do that,
Rod.
but he's a fucking asshole
Rod.
piece of
See
shit.
how of a rise I got out of this motherfucker? I get a rise out of your sister because I say shit. Because I say shit that people don't want to hear, and then they start crying. You piece of shit. I never support that fucking redheaded cocksucking buffoon.
So
okay?
why don't you support him?
Because he's a fucking meathead.
He's not a redhead.
Just like fucking you.
Ooh.
Because you're crying. Oh my God, this is about Trump. You must be the awfulest person in the fucking world. Who gives a shit? We all live. Listen, we all live in this world, man.
Fuck
and we
you
all
guys,
gotta get along.
I'm going home.
We all gotta get along, man. And obviously, it's unfortunate.
Why
we're stuck in this shitty situation because. I don't know why there's no good people that are running. I mean,
because money, because the military-industrial complex in tandem with the CIA
right.
and the fucking corporatocracy
Agreed.
is the real people running the shit.
I agree.
Maybe that's why.
No, yeah, you're right.
But
yeah, Kennedy or Markey.
Kennedy, what Kennedy? Which one?
Marky Mark.
See, I don't know shit about politics. I just like to get rise out of people because
you're one of those.
I love doing it because people get so pissed off.
I take back the fat shaming. Then you're just a moron.
But mean, Rod. That's fucking mean.
He's just a moron. That's
Come on, no name calling.
Rod came here for a fight
trolling
and
he's trolling.
No,
He's just trolling.
No, you're just
correct.
No. Could you tell
Splendid
us,
Spoon
tell us
says in the
honestly
Hacker Wars,
5
there's purposeful
things that you
trolling
love
that's
about
in the Socratic
Trump.
method.
Wait.
I couldn't give you one.
Things. Don't let this fucking pansy ass liberal troll bald-headed honky fake Mexican manipulate you into saying that you don't support Trump. Just say 5 things you like about him because you like him. I like him more than Biden too. Biden looks gross to me.
Look, all right.
I don't pay attention to what he does.
And Trump
I don't like
doesn't?
the guy at all. Okay, I mean the dude's dad.
He's
freaking
more
set him up.
entertaining, and I think
the guy was
that's
fucking
that's
born
a
with a
good
silver
enough
spoon up his
podium.
cunt. Listen, the guy sucks balls. I guess Trump, right? Oh my bad. You should wear the mask. All right.
A divisive person might bring more action to a country based on the fake platform of the presidency, which is a fake God figure, which is a fucking fallacy in itself.
I can't give you one thing I like about the fucking guy. The guy's a fucking moron.
You just did 10 minutes ago before I came in.
The reason why I did it.
That he says what he wants.
This is exactly
why. Say
why.
what you want.
This is exactly
Say
why
what you want.
I was saying what I was saying.
Yeah, that's what.
Because look what's going on. Look,
you said
I'm
purpose.
performing.
Don't let him win. Don't let him
point
win.
that you're a moron.
Guy. You said that purposely trolling is above just regular trolling. What's wrong with regular trolling?
Because it leads to fucking Weave in Hacker Wars. Lauren could tell us all about. He became a fucking the main guy for
talking about
Stormfront.
Jewel Bellies? We talking about the original?
Stormfront
Hashtag
is fucking
Troll
full-on Nazi white power website. Full-on trolling just for no reason leads to fucking Nazi shit. Lauren, please take over.
Welcome to the Wayback Machine, people. In about the year 2014, there's a situation involving internet freedom movement known as Anonymous, and where trolling was a high virtue and an art.
It still is kind of.
It still is, but what happened was there was a split. Because there were people who I feel were trolling for good. Trolling, as I said in the movie, The Hacker Wars, was in the Socratic method, where you are calling out hypocrisy and making people question themselves by doing so. However, there was a split. We can look at Tim Pool, we can look at Weave, we can look at a few different
Tim
people,
Pool.
exactly, who went on to this weird alt-right Nazi-esque direction, and then we can look into people who ended up, bleeding into movements like Black Lives Matter and other more progressive, more
people.
Exactly, a lot of my other former anonymous related friends. I still believe in freedom of information, and I do believe in freedom of speech. However, I am willing to take the stuff in context. At least the freedom of speech stuff is what I'm saying. If we're talking about super happy fun America,
super happy.
Yeah, fuck super happy fun America, and fuck Trump.
Fuck 12.
Fuck
Trump.
Fuck 12. Fuck Trump.
Biden.
Fuck this giant, whatever. Yeah.
Fuck 12.
Fuck 12.
Number?
Yes.
Fuck 12.
What, are there numbers under attack now?
Yes. We all know. None of us are okay with it. We believe in numerology
Don't
here.
go after 13.
Fuck 12.
No, we are okay with 13.
I got 4.
You got 4.
Problems without us.
Yeah, you got 4. You're good. You're good. So 4 on the floor. House music.
77?
You're good.
Okay.
77.
88, 14, and 12.
88, 14, and 12.
So 12
You're
is...
taking 88?
Oh, man.
Hitler.
No,
That's
girl.
Hitler. You don't-
Girl.
no.
Hitler
You don't
took
want-
88.
You don't want 88.
No,
That's
Hitler
Hitler.
took 88 a while ago.
Yo. Whoa.
It's also
I
a
don't wanna-
Nazi thing.
I don't want to get off the troll topic, dude.
Okay,
I don't want to get
so
off the
let's
troll
talk
topic.
about trolling.
Yeah, well, it sounds to me like you guys just don't like being trolled.
No, we are the trolls.
What if I trolled you guys when it comes to something that's not political, dude? Would you still like be so against it, dude?
Wait, I'm not against trolling. I'm for trolling. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, he just
But I
came
like-
in here and he was trolling everybody. You know, came in here, Trump #1, all this other bullshit.
But I
You
also
came out
love
in the
him.
hallway and said he's some fucking Trump guy, and I listened to a little.
You're the troll. Herb is the troll.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was
You
pretty
set
good.
us up.
It was
Oh,
pretty
can you
good.
tell by his hair?
Yeah, Herb set us up.
The assumption was that I was to come in here and destroy a Trumper. That's what I
With
did.
our giant
And then
Trump
I find
cocks.
out, you all set it up.
Unbelievable.
Such a dick. You're always doing that
That
kind
was
of
pretty
stuff.
good though.
That
dude.
was-
You
I
came
guess
in, he
Because
came
you
in
knew
here
I
yelling
would
that
do what
shit.
I did.
He came in here yelling that shit, so it had to happen. I'm sorry,
Oh,
dude.
that's fine.
By the way,
now you see what I do. You on command. The little
In
G
That-
gets pulled
the
out of the
fine
bottle.
tradition of Socrates.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Well executed.
did you guys hear about there was this black dude that killed this like little kid recently,
Yeah,
and
no.
it wasn't even covered on the fucking news.
Have you heard about like all the black people who have been killed by cops recently that wasn't
Right.
covered on the news?
Orlando
Yeah,
Castile,
yeah.
Alton Sterling, Michael Brown.
Terrence Coleman.
So it was kind of before 10 of a non-issue. Or was even
You're not on mic. Get on a
But
mic.
you know
if
what?
You're gonna, if
Everybody's
you're gonna
getting
talk,
fucking
I just
killed.
said, didn't they catch that guy pretty quick?
Get closer. Get on the mic for
Which
real
guy?
if you're gonna do it.
The black guy, quote unquote, that hit the kid.
I mean, I didn't read into it. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
This is Kushy's alt.
But all I know
campaign
is,
of
well,
highlighting
the thing is,
white
it wasn't
people killed by black
covered
people
at
in the
all.
time
Well,
of-
like I
Which
said,
is
they got him
what-
pretty quick, right? So
I don't know. I mean, I actually got kicked off Facebook for
Being fat.
posting some. What's that?
Rod, come on.
No, I
no
retracted
fat
all that.
shaming
Did
or
he-
no
We're friends now.
Did you say for being fat?
I did.
Oh, dude. Well, you gotta get
Terrible.
fucking clocked in the fucking head
I'm-
one.
It's gonna be good radio though.
Yeah,
It is good
It's
radio.
gonna be great
It's
radio
gonna
when
be
your
great
fucking
radio.
face is
Blocked
caved
from
in. That's gonna be
Instagram.
great.
Go on though.
But I lost my train of thought.
we were talking about the black guy that killed the kid.
Yeah, well, I didn't read much into it because I'm blocked on Facebook because I posted something like ridiculous that like it made no sense why they even like. Oh, you know what it was? It was a picture of hands holding, right? And it was white hands, black hands, Asian hands, and they were arms. That's what it was, arms. And
Arms without
if you
arms without
if
hands?
you look at the picture, real quick, it says we all stand united, right? But if you take a longer
None of us
look
stand
at
on
it,
our hands.
there's
That's what
actually
I
a
do.
big black cock at the end of it. Did you see
I've
that
seen
one?
that meme.
Yeah,
I know
and
that
they kicked
meme.
me off it. And
It's
it
a
was
giant
up there,
cock.
and it was up there for like I don't know,
It
almost
sounds
a
kinda
month.
like a Rorschach ink blot test.
Yeah, it was up there for like a month.
The dude has been talking
And then
about
some
sucking
Facebook
Biden's
cocksucker
balls, and now
must
he's
have been
talking
like,
about how he's
wait,
seeing cocks and stuff.
there's a
They
big
also
black
leap
cock
out at
there.
him.
We got
They're
buttons
coming
to.
for you, man.
Wait, so the cock is in the middle of the arms?
Right,
Is this
yeah,
yeah, it's a
photo
whole
rea-
bunch-
is this photo
Next, you're gonna
realism,
say there's a
or
cock
is
coming
this
for you.
like
Yeah, there it is.
is this like graphic designy or photo?
No,
realism?
No, it's like it's actual. It's like an actual picture of a whole bunch of fists coming in together,
Oh.
dude, and it's like
And it's a
like
big black
it's a
dick
real,
joke, or
yeah.
it has
Like, it's
a
like
deeper
Little Mermaid,
meaning.
Probably remember that.
I haven't seen
I
it.
know what you're talking about.
ridiculous.
They had to pull the
And they
first
kicked me off.
cover of the because they go back into Carl, and I actually was working at a video store when they were pulling them. If you look into Carl, there is like clearly a dick in there. Someone like put it in there as a joke or something.
the
So they had
Coral-
to like literally pull them all and replace them.
What was it?
And the
Little Mermaid, the VHS.
Oh,
cover.
yeah.
the VHS
We've
cover of the
all
Little
heard
Mermaid.
about that.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm just saying,
Illuminati,
that
Little
sounds
Mermaid.
like it's sort of like
Got the memo.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny meme, I think. Dude.
Yeah, I thought it was
Gross.
funny, and it was up there for like almost a month or a month
Yeah,
and a half.
somebody,
and then they pulled it and kicked me off for a
somebody
month.
that
Oh,
you
for a
pissed
month.
off somebody that you pissed off reported you, and you got screwed.
It was probably your sister.
Actually, she says that the biggest, gayest Trumpito dick sucker showed up right now. So I think she was referring to
why is she calling me?
What
the fuck does
Trumpito
dick
mean? Sucker.
She calls me Trumpito,
Trumpito.
man. I don't get it.
She's
just such a Trump follower, dude.
Torpedo.
Listen, I love to get rise out of people, and obviously it works because, man, Hurley loses her fucking shit. And
Shout out to
obviously,
Hurley.
dude, what's his name?
Rob,
like fucking,
like
he's got
a
a
rod.
small rod, like a big fucking fat rod.
Yeah.
He obviously lost his shit like a madman.
Yeah, but
and then he's fat shaming me like he's some pretty fucking cunt over here.
I gotta come in.
I wouldn't fuck this.
Chris, I gotta come in. I gotta come in here and I gotta say something. Real quick, Rick. Let me say this.
Okay.
I gotta go pee pee. So
I was just gonna say you were the first to break and threaten to hit him though.
I was joking, but I mean, I would have loved to like see my fist cave his fucking head in.
See, like
that's
I think you're triggered.
Is to the reality, the real beliefs behind I'm trolling. Because I think there's a lot of real
Everyone
ideas
could claim to be
here.
trolling.
I think history will prove that. I never heard an overt, support of Donald Trump at any time. I heard generalizations about him, some funny stuff, but I never heard actually any kind of campaign. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
You're talking about here today or in general?
You could talk about it from either way. You could talk about it. No, just so far today, I just didn't hear I'm supporting. I never heard that.
Like a huge,
But if you're not hating
my father loves Trump.
Yeah. Well, tell us why.
Here in Massachusetts or
Ronnie Reagan.
Huh? Well, you're saying here today. You haven't heard it.
Here today, yeah.
When we came in, he was talking about how he basically, Trump is saying, work or die, basically.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like what I said when we first did the open up, which turned into everything we were afraid it would be.
Yeah.
I said literally, I don't ever want to hear from these people again shrieking about Soviet Union and collectivization.
Well, that's what it is. It's socialism.
It's famine in the Ukraine or something. Because I said it's like literally. No. What I'm saying is, you are literally basically lining these people up, the disabled, the elderly, and everything, and tossing them into the volcano of capitalism. I mean, I just said, and then of course, then they start arguing numbers. Oh, the Ukraine killed gay many as opposed to like these people, and it's like no, but I say, it's. You're basically saying you're willing to sacrifice human life for for capitalism.
Well, wasn't there like a more sensible thing, like instead of just like being like, oh yeah, fuck the people that will get sick and die. Well, wasn't it like more like you wish just people that are in danger will be more will be more encouraged to stay isolated while like certain. Like the people that will be able to handle it will be able to go back to work. It's something more around the middle line, and like the thing is like to get
just these people can exist in biohazard suits if need be.
No, but like a healthy middle ground will be accepted. It will be.
If you don't feel like opening back up, you don't have to. But and I say, okay, that's fair. So are you going to say? Then you will be getting the $600, and with increasing with inflation, or are you going, and you're gonna defer rent? I mean, I'm just saying you can't say, and then just kind of throw it.
I get that.
A minimum wage. I think you should be able to apply for mandatory.
Well,
you could argue that everyone gets a check so big.
In all seriousness, dude. In all seriousness, no. I think that what's happening, like the thing that's happening nowadays, and why everything seems to appear. Like it's in chaos. It's the simple fact that a lot of conversation is happening. A lot of people are talking, and amongst every single opinion, eventually we're gonna reach like it's like dropping paint in a glass of water, dude. At first, it's gonna seem really weird, but eventually, it's just like spread out through everything and like become one big color. So like the chaos is really necessary right now. And it might seem like it is very. Different from a lot of things that we've experienced, but there's a lot of opinions and a lot of it's a lot of stuff being put out there, and I think fuck, man, I was getting somewhere.
Wait, what's the paint? What's the paint in this
I'm
scenario?
sorry?
I want to throw a caveat.
What's the paint?
the paint would be like like a whole bunch of different ideas, and then the water would be the collective. I don't know, dude. Like I'm trying to
ideas.
Huh?
Absence of ideas.
Come on, man.
I wouldn't say absence.
Now you got to be like when the lotus blossom.
I don't know, man. Like like.
Oh Lord.
How do I explain this in a way that it kind of makes sense in my brain?
The water is all of America.
Well,
the water will be the collective, consciousness
of
like
everyone. Representative of time, like you said, you drop the wax in there. You're
okay,
not
I guess it could be representative of time too.
Well, what I'm saying is, okay, I'm sure this is exactly what they said. This is the deal with the devil they cut. Wait, when this country was founded, they're going to kick the can of slavery down the road. And then they're kicking the can, and then they kicked it down to 1860. And what I'm saying is, I'm sure there were plenty of people saying, well, eventually we're going to come to some sort of, you know what I mean? And I'm just saying, some things you can't. I mean, these people are basically saying we're willing to throw these people overboard as dead weight, and that's kind of what ultimately the whole tax thing is about, killing Social Security.
Yeah, that's pretty awful. Yeah, but
some people have said that's what this whole thing has been about. The COVID-19, they intentionally stalled it so that basically people would die that would be on Social Security.
Then again, like
the disabled, the elderly.
Yeah, but you have a system.
I think I can see how that could be true, but like,
and just look how it's playing out. He's like,
I think
literally
it's like way
saying,
more
I
chaotic
am going
than
to.
that.
That's his thing. He's flat out buying votes now. He said, I've deferred the tax, and then I'm going to, make it permanent if I don't. And if you don't vote for me, you're going to have to pay it back. Although the new president, whoever that would be, should make it clear by executive order, because apparently that's all right now.
Well,
by executive order, I'm going to do away with that debt and give everyone a fresh slate. New deal, if you
everybody does it. Everybody does it. Well, the previous administration was trying to buy votes with, deferments and then forgiveness of college loan debts.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I loved about Bernie Sanders, is about how he said college should be free. And the real reason that's never going to happen is because no one's going to ever go in the military after that.
Well,
I mean, think about it.
I mean, the state colleges, are a great place to start for anyone. I would encourage anybody out of high school to try it, because doing the canon, not the military, certainly not, but
try what?
I'm talking about community colleges. I'm talking about community colleges, and
going to community
and
colleges.
what would be ideal was if we were to develop an apprenticeship program in this country, so that you could go and learn the trades.
Yeah, I mean, that's
you
what
go
we
to
used to do
community
before,
college,
the unions got
get back to basics.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is we need to maybe bring back the unions?
No, I'm not. I don't support trade. Trade unions.
Okay, because that's what the unions are about.
I know that in those days, yeah, and they serve their purpose, and it's great. But if you it comes down to like Massachusetts, for example.
So, but I mean, what are you going to do? So every single, so rather than do it union-wise, are you going to say like every single guy that says I'm going to take an apprentice, you're going to basically give him a tax write-off or something?
No, I mean it would be something like it's tough. It's hard to get guys. It's hard to get masters to teach, because by the time you make it through the trades, it's like it's not an easy retirement,
Yeah.
And you've got all kinds of ailments and the rest of it. It's hard work, and then to go into a classroom, deal with a bunch of high school kids. A lot of guys don't want to do that. They just want to get to be able to, enjoy a beer on a Saturday, not have any other responsibilities. I'm just saying, like, I think the curriculums I'm just saying that I think so far as public education, public higher education goes, we should do more with the community college system.
Let's you watch Friends, right?
No.
You never seen Friends, the show?
I've seen it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's the one thing that I always find is very sort of dated, because he's actually getting their foot in the door, working small, working lower end jobs with a paid thing. I mean, nowadays it's like you're expected to do it as like an intern payment. I mean, it is an internship, which, an unpaid internship.
Those are rough. Yeah. A lot of office jobs, though, it works like that. That's a white collar.
Were they union workers on Friends? I missed that episode. Were they interning? I think Rachel worked, in fashion.
Rachel
she worked
worked
at a job.
Lauren,
yes.
Monica, kind of.
She was a
worked her
chef.
way up as a chef, and Well, yeah, but no, a lot of these jobs you're expected.
But were they doing internships at unions? I'm just trying. I know you're getting to the analogy.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. But these are different sort of trades. Like if he'd gone into like one of them wanted to be a welder or something.
Any old trade.
Gone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We would have. You know how that goes. But
are Ralph Lauren sales girls interns?
Of how like